Alright, so this is Scorgan back again to commentate on the second game of the season. We've got both Tall, which was one of the coaches for this game, and
Hello.
Mutt to provide some commentary throughout this replay. The teams that should be coming up will be Don's Super Very Nice Guys, which
Good
is
guys.
currently all Chaos, but he does have the option to add some players from Dark Elves or his choice later. And then we have Tall's team, which is a combination of Lizardmen and the Kislev Circus. Kind of a hybrid throwing team that has some decent, speedy, strong guys to protect his circus.
Yes.
As you can see, as we're going through the lineups here, Chaos does not have any of the big guys, and Tall actually chose to go with both the Cruxagore and the Trained Bear.
It felt natural.
Yes, now I believe Tall got the kickoff here.
I will be able to confirm in a second.
Currently on my replay,
Yes, he chose and chose to receive.
Yes.
And I'll actually pause during the kickoff so we can sync up again.
All right. I wish this time frame had a place where it gave a number so we could all match up. Correct. But we'll figure that out.
So investment-wise, we have 3 rerolls on the part of the Super Very Good guys. We've got 2 rerolls on Thorin's Thawed Crusade. We've got 2 Fan Factor on the side of Dawn's team and an Apothecary, which, for the most part, really didn't make any difference at all, as we have nice weather. Current result.
Kickoff result, quick snap. I'm clicking skip on that, and I've paused.
Alrighty, here's my kickoff. Quick snap, skip, pause. Right as the first player is moving.
I'm going to click play now. So we now should be synced back up for the rest of the game.
Until any animations and all that stuff.
Oh yes, with the quick snap, Tall is taking the opportunity to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, so my thought here was that I could try to at least start cages on either side with Santa or Grigor the Grasshopper as ball carrier. Excuse me.
Bless you.
And try to force him to make decisions.
Right.
Alright, we get our first stun on Bob Ross.
And our first bonehead. Something we didn't see at all in the first game.
Yeah, so clearly a less capable Cruxagore.
I would
less
say so.
patient. Now here's something we saw a lot in Game 1, and the ones on the pickups, as Rasputin has caused a turnover. Now, I'm happy that the blitz was done with a goat because of Horn. But it begs the question why the blitz wasn't done with Horns and Mighty Blow.
Hello.
Yeah, I know this is going to come up several times in this game because I know when we watched it live, we were thinking the exact same thing, that he really wasn't taking full advantage of his what looked to be a dedicated blitzer. Also point out again, like I did in live, the fact that he put all of his players, this is done, on the line against a faster team.
Yeah, a lack of a sweeper into two big guys on top of it, so they're going to get some crunch into you, as evidenced by yet another stun rolling out.
You know, if he had some guard on the team, I would understand. But I mean, you're throwing your you've got less strength, you've got less speed. It just felt like he should keep at least a couple players back. And
maybe the mighty blow goes.
Yeah, maybe the
Just
mighty blow.
trying. Mother Teresa takes a stun.
Yeah.
I will say, no offense, Saul, your names are very clever, but it's every single time we named one of Dawn's characters, we had to pause and like, wait. So, you know, Mother Teresa just killed somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
And this
A beautiful pass.
Yeah, way too
Wrong-
long
to the
of a pass.
wrong
side of
side.
the field.
Mm-hmm.
Just
So
many issues with that, I think.
But it's such a beautiful pass, but why wasn't it to the side with two stunned players?
I will tell you why. Because it was 3 seconds on the clock and I panicked.
Okay.
That
makes
that's
sense now.
fine. That does,
Because I know when
obviously we don't see the
saw
timer
that
here.
live, yeah.
No.
When we saw that live, our initial thought was he put so much effort into one side of the field to move the ball to the other side.
Yes. I will say I panicked, and in game I was definitely talking with Dawn. It's like, why didn't I throw it to Santa? God damn it, I'm an idiot. But yeah.
Check. Oh, very long blades coming in. Where is that pass?
No, you could be so.
Rolled a 2 on the intercept, so there was no chance that we'd have a repeat of game 1 with any of the Chaos Warriors in this case getting the intercept off. So it would have been a successful pass to the other side.
Reminds me of the famous Nurgling and the Great Unclean.
Yeah.
But this time,
Effectively, at this point, he who ate the bench and Mr. and Bob Ross have not moved, or not going to move for the rest of this half.
We noticed.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it. Like, yeah, you're tying up one of his Chaos Warriors, but you're tying up one of your Sauruses.
Yeah.
He's lower AV than you. Get in there and get some hurt in. Like this. Tom Hanks getting an injury. No long-term effect on it. But definitely the committal of all the Beastmen onto the line is showing.
And this is something that's going to come up a lot in this game. The attempts to dodge away from the prehensile tails on Don's just
On his part, in just general.
yeah,
Having a team that can start with 2 prehensile tails is very good.
Very, very good. And I mean, most people consider the Kroxigor to be one of the best big guys, and a lot of people don't realize the bear is identical in stats and abilities.
Literally, just the only difference is that instead of a tail, it's got a chain.
That's right.
I
I mean,
believe
so
Go ahead.
what? In this case, what is the real option? Like, he can't, as Phineas gets KO'd, he can't really outstrength the Crocs / bear. He doesn't have the pieces for it right there.
Right.
So dodging out is, I think, worth the risk if it's the later part, like later action in your turn.
Right.
Here we go. A mighty blow, horns blitz. This is what Mother Teresa was made to do, which leads into a KO.
Which means it broke the armor, but it just got the KO.
Okay, yeah, Gregor, right. The unfortunate man.
Confirm, we're not hitting skip on any of these injuries, right? Right.
I'm not.
Okay. Making sure that we stay synced.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, their strength 5, so you're investing at least 2 assists to try and take down a big guy with the Chaos Warrior.
Well, if you want to go for the 2 dice, I mean, 1 gets you to a 1 die at least. But yeah.
It would bring up the benefit of Dauntless as a much better argument.
Right. But the thing with Dauntless is, you know, it's not a guarantee. There's always that chance that you roll a 1, and you're suddenly what you thought was going to be, you know, a 1 die or a 2 die turns into a 2 red die.
Yeah, you just
with
trust Nuffle.
With Dauntless, I like Dauntless, but you need the reroll to back it up.
Fly, little Kislev, up to the sky.
Yeah, I will say that a lot of these plays were definitely talked through and thought of as the time was definitely being used on all.
Yeah.
all
Replays don't care about how long you took, as you're now witnessing. It's just it's going to go through. This is what they did. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is great because it's a way for us to condense an hour and a half down to roughly a half hour.
Yep.
This. Oh God. I think I accidentally skipped a thing, but like this is where I almost like lost hard. I lost in despair hard. Just like the mental game was broken for me.
Now see, in this point, I would have liked to see Don actually do more of a protection, rather than protecting on the side a little bit there, to run more of a screen for that guy. Because as we can see, he still has plenty of room to get around that. So if he had done it more across the back, he would have. And you know that just comes from experience, knowing to check the ranges of your opponent.
I do know here, turn 6, this Croxagore move had us mildly upset. And Ferb getting removed with the injury reduction rules will not be dead, fortunately.
Correct.
But already strength down. Now down 3 on field. No, down 2 on field.
Right.
And we've got 2 boneheads so far this half.
Yes.
But we also have twice as many in this game too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They seem to
It's just making up for
the brain cell back and forth way too much.
Alright, hopefully this injury fixes my camera. Go. And we get yet another removal. And there it is. Turn. Oh, damn it. Was it turn 7?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Turn 7. The 6-up throw from the ref.
Yes. What we've been dubbing the circus act catch here.
Now, had he had any discussions with Coach Helmet, invested in a strip ball sweeper to keep in the back line, that would have been a solution to the problem right here. That we get a dodge out into a score on turn 8 with Santa bringing home the goods And a nice howdy-do dance.
Yes. As I said in the live game, Santa bringing the gifts to the good girls and boys. Oh God, that man is so lucky. Unfortunately, he did lose an eye petting Jeffries.
We get one knockout returned. Leave, yes, and both knockouts come back for both teams.
Right. So I believe this is just turn 8. No chance for
Correct.
scoring really here. So you just want to try to hit as many as you possibly can here.
I'm worth at least 3
And investing so far forward, risking. I mean, fortunately, you have decent. You know, you have 4 block Sauruses there to make the protection.
Right.
A blitz here would have been terrifying.
Well, see, if you knock down the 3 linemen here, you have the option to still bring the blitz through the middle. Even knocking down just 2 could get you through there pretty with a single dodge.
Get extra reroll for the half, which, as we know, is ending.
We both laughed at that. Well, I laughed. Don was just like, "Yeah, this is how this goes."
And see, even with the ball back there, I mean, you just don't even worry about the ball. And he uses the blitz right away.
Again, though, with the not mighty blow goat.
Right. But see, and even the way Don decided to set up the line with the split line, you know, he should have noticed that
Handoff followed by a great pass.
that Thawed was not going to get any opportunity to hit back or anything. So he should have just piled on the line, put everything you can into getting 2 dice blocks on the 2 big guys and the 1 lineman, and just, you know, just left it be. Even save your mighty blow guy right behind it to finish up with the potential blitz down into one of those catchers.
Yeah, hurting as a bash team for removals.
Because, I mean, being down 3 players, when you're already outspeeded, outstrength,
Can't see how the smaller squad will do.
Possession is
it's
the key to winning.
pretty
Must drive
pretty
the coach
substantial.
crazy, as his team has just kicked it away.
I'm not going to pause this time for commentary. I'm just going to let it go.
I mean, for me, the biggest highlight obviously is just the sheer luck of that turn 6, over the shoulder pass.
Yeah, I mean, it
Kind of made the half what it was.
right, because I mean it's turn 8. I mean,
Extra reroll.
if the ball doesn't wind up, you know, scattering right next to somebody who has diving catch.
So probably as Chaos, not playing for the win, but blitz with the ball carrier, opening your drive.
Right.
Had that been, what is it, 1 in 36, dub skull.
I mean, he does have the reroll as well. It's a 2 dice with reroll. I mean, you're looking at well over an 80% chance. But again, you know, he moves him forward rather than falling back, so you don't get a good cage on him.
That really hurts.
There's our third bonehead. As much investment went into these 2 players, if the dice wanted to. Because they, as like offensive units, really haven't been well utilized in their current setup. But as a defensive, as a zone control, they've been invaluable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it goes without saying they're some of the best zone controls because coming with the prehensile tails on both of them, even if you never swing with them, if they just stand there, lock down players, there's still, I wouldn't say they're worth their price for that, but I mean they do so much work just by doing that. Because I mean, against your dodgy teams, most players are not going to try to dodge around. And there's everybody.
He's dead.
Second dead player of the game, but again, for those that are watching, we have special rules in our league where all injuries and deaths are downgraded. So the players that you saw die here, they're basically going to just come away with a major injury. And this early in the season, most people are just going to put the lingering injuries, nagging injuries on those players.
Yeah,
I do
those seem like
believe
the smartest
that is what I know John chose a busted back, if I recall correctly.
Right. And I think the Thawed went with the knee. They're identical on the stats. They're both just the
knee
lean.
was movement.
You're thinking
No, a
ankle?
different new one.
Okay.
Because there's smashed knee and there's smashed ankle. In fact, in previous seasons, we've ran into that problem where the commissioner put the wrong one on somebody for somebody.
We just have this messy pile of bodies.
It's kind of similar. You've got, I think,
Loner coming into
broken
play.
neck and smashed collarbone.
That one I know is tripping me up several times.
Yeah.
Unfortunate open to the to this turn.
Yeah.
With the both down, but getting the knockout for it.
Yeah, I honestly thought, like, at this point, he could just, like, punch my dudes repeatedly and just run up the field.
He's absolutely capable of that.
Yes.
If the dice allow it.
Yes.
Why that wasn't the blitz with the Crocs, I don't recall.
I believe the Croc's boneheaded.
No, the Crocs
no.
the bear did bonehead.
The
Right,
bear
yeah.
boneheaded. You move the Crocs and then blitz with the Saurus
Not up to much today.
to hand a Chaos Warrior the ball.
Well, you also got to go back a turn also. Where he blitzed with the bear, it double skulled, then he lost the reroll due to loner. So I mean, Tall
Maybe a
is
little
sitting
shell
here,
shock.
but yeah, a little shell shock. It's like, and because at the same time when that happened, I was like, I would have moved the polar bear just to block up that backside.
Yeah, I guess this is my bashy instincts going a bit nutty.
So we get the skink removed. It's
Yeah.
a little late in the game, but getting some piece removal is promising for this team. Like, they are fighting uphill against AV9.
And see, the blitz there against the Saurus was kind of a wondering what he was going for there, but of course he followed up with the attempted pass here, which
Against
long
very
legs.
long legs.
Jump up so high. That's
Yeah,
cheating,
so
isn't it?
my only question here, and I brought it up in game, is I didn't know exactly how very long legs worked.
You
Or
get a +1.
the leap mechanic, which was I didn't know if I could leap and throw at in the same turn.
Yes. The only actions are it's going to be your blitz, pass, stab. I think that's really it.
Yes, at this point in the game, we do have a mercy rule in our league. And Don really didn't see any way of being able to come back from 2-0. And of course, with several players
Already being limped
yeah,
out on
already
stretchers.
being down players. He decided to go ahead and call the mercy roll on this. So the rest of the game here,
Time
it's
to
just
rise
pretty
and
much
shine,
going to
some
be
of those sleepy
a little bit of passing.
They're down a
Both
player.
coaches agreed
Easy
that they
to
wouldn't
replace.
actually hit the other
Possession is the key
opponents,
to winning.
but
Let's drive the crew
also
crazy as this
neither team would
just
score,
kick it away.
which is not
Watching
exactly
live
our mercy
confused
rolls.
us.
Yeah.
That was definitely a gentleman's agreement because
Yeah.
it confused the hell out of us with this what looks like an over attempt to score.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like he was absolutely like he made the promise, but he was seeing how far he could get.
Here
Right.
comes the last chance pass.
Which, like I said, I was not going to punch him. It wasn't mean I wasn't going to make him keep his word.
Because basically, while we're playing this out here, the way the mercy rule works in our league is if a player, anybody can request a mercy rule, but it's your opponent has the option to say no, I want to continue playing, with the exception of two things. If you're down by 2 scores and it's less than 3 turns left in the game, they have to honor it. Or if you're down by if you're outnumbered on the field by 2 to 1. So if one player's got 4 players, the other one's got 8. Doesn't matter what time of the game, they can call mercy for the rest of the game. And that's just to kind of help protect your players if you so choose. And that one right there was a definite attempt to score with that pass.
And I like the pass to the opposing team to round it out. It's an interesting choice.
I mean, he couldn't do anything with it. I'm curious to know if he got a point for a successful pass, though.
I think
Because, I mean, he
so.
targeted it. I'd have to actually look that up in the rules. So a little bit more like what you would expect on final games here. 1 death on each side, 2 passes, 8 armor breaks. Same thing on the other side, 2 passes, 5 armor breaks. One thing I definitely want to look over here is these bonehead rolls. Actually, not as bad as what I thought they were. 15 successes, 4 failures.
Kind of what I expected.
So that was 19, and you're expecting 1 in every 6 to fail. So yeah, that's about right for boneheads. Nothing else really jumps out as in favor or not in favor. I mean, obviously the death on each side is
in favor, not in favor is when the armor breaks happen.
Yeah.
Most of Tall's happened fairly early first half, early second half, whereas Dawn it wasn't until second half off head top that he got anything significant out of an armor break.
Right.
I think he got 1 knockout in the first half, which came back.
And see, I wish they had a stat on here to know like how many times the prehensile tail actually caught somebody.
I want it warm.
I mean, I can obviously look at Don's number and see that he failed 7 out of 17 dodges.
Why should my
And obviously prehensile tail was part of
any
that.
different?
But almost a 50% fail on dodges for the entire game.
It felt much closer in game.
Yeah.
For every go, like, cause especially with the way I played Chaos, I think not last season, but the season prior.
Right.
So I knew what they were good at, roughly. I knew that they were relatively sturdy, and could blitz. If they blitz you hard, they're at least going to have a much better advantage than most other teams. And what I wanted to do, at least to keep him off of me, was to give him as many bad choices that he can flub on as possible. Me throwing it to Grigor instead of Santa was my own fault, but that was because of time constraints and panicking.
But that moment in the game could have turned out so much worse for you,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it didn't. Now I have somehow managed to
How do I
make
look
it
in
into
HP
your
then?
league
A
screen, so
lighter
I can
shade,
actually preview, in theory, the remaining 2 teams for this Saturday's game. As I know I won't be there, I'm unfortunately working. So I'm going to, while I still have the stream running, take a quick look here at Metal Single Lady and Dog by Coach Leah Squirrel, who, by the way, popped in and said it was apparently biased to have Tall commentating on his own game.
I mean, a little
Um,
bit. A
On
little
the
a
bit.
wee bit.
replays, they're more than welcome to come in and
So we
have a
wouldn't have
vote.
known he was panicking on that one play, as an example.
Hmm.
Um, so first thing we notice is, well, the werewolf named Uwu, apparently. We've got Dodge, Mighty Blow, two, 2 level ups, it looks like.
Yep, 2 level ups
Yeah,
on.
so
on
Dodge,
the
Mighty
werewolf.
Blow on the werewolf. Her golems with guard and block, which is a fantastic investment as the, like, not really big guys, but also kinda big guys of the team. Um, being able to the stand firm guard combo will definitely come into play. Forming cages, the line. We've got 2 Tomb Guardians with just guard investment. If I remember right, these are the characters that come with
Spike
K,
Magazine.
which means that
The
they unfortunately
periodical
do
both
injure a little
players and
easier if you do
fans
get them
read.
down.
Yeah, I mean, you
This
get
is
2
talentless
automatically,
practicing
but
of
you know
me.
the regeneration still heals both. So
Um, then we
I'm going
have
to assume until further notice that every single name of the in the undead team is an Iron Maiden song.
you got Owo, Frank, Other Frank, Scared of Dark, 666, Hollowed Ben, and then Power Slave, Eddie, Ancient Mariner, Trooper, and Seventh Son. With Hollowed Ben, her throw raw being the last remaining investiture with accurate. So we've
right,
got a sure hands accurate throw raw.
right. But I will
It,
point out, if you look, that's still an agility 2, and she only has one other player on the field that's agility 3. So
and
really,
that is the
those are the
werewolf.
only 2 people who really you can kind of rely on for ball handling or passing.
No cheerleader investment. 2 rerolls. Fan factor. Coach assistants. Obviously, no apothecaries as they have the necromancer instead. With the ability to potentially steal players from other teams. Um, but that is Metal Single Lady and Dog, which will be going
Did
against
you
Gork's
know that
Goblinade
the new
ad,
Cabal
with
HD
our
globes have been
commissioner here
selling
scoring the
like
Toad,
hotcakes from
coaching
all outlets?
a Far
Don't
East
confuse the
Association team
viewers,
at
kid.
1200.
He means they've been selling fast.
Quick little
But they're
preview. We
made
do
out of cake
see
and jam.
obviously some hulking big old boys and a rat. Michael, I'm kind of shocked that you took a rat.
There's actually 3 rats there. Um,
The others are just hidden behind the orcs, I guess.
Pretty much, but yeah, pretty much. Since I'm here, I'll kind of give you what I'm thinking here. Is it's pretty much what I like out of the orc team. You know, with the black orcs and the troll coming in right away, um, and with the speed and passing that I saw coming into the league, I wanted to kind of be able to match that if I needed to. So therefore, the rats and the gutter runners and the thrower. Um, I also didn't start with any players that started with block because of our maximum maximum 4 that you can add. So I now have 4 block on the team. I can't add any more to any of the players, but if I add a player that has block, that's still legal. So I still can add orc blitzers to add a little bit more block. You'll notice my
EQA.
line currently is 2 goblins and a troll, which those goblins will be
That's
replaced very quickly. In fact, you may
oh.
not
Face to
even see
face,
them
Toby
on
Reasonable.
Saturday. There's a
Did you
very
know
good
you have a
chance they will
fan
be
club?
dropped,
Have
and
you
I will
looked at
be
it, Jim?
taking
There's a
2 loner
petition to
linemen
remove
to
you
finish
from
that
the air.
line.
That's they look so sad.
That is clever. We'll say definitely a. I want to see goblins get thrown. I don't know about anyone else, but I just
I mean,
goblins flying through the
as
air.
as you can see, Hans Carvey there is a lineman by himself. If I need to, I may just drop one goblin for now, and just take the one orc lineman. But the goblins are definitely there just temporarily till I can build up a little bit and replace them with. Depending on how it goes, I might go with Skaven blitzers, but it's probably just going to be 2 orc blitzers. And
Okay.
of course, eventually the rat ogre is going to be coming into play to help shore up the line because most of the other teams have the big guys, um, and when you're playing a team like this that is bashy, you don't want to be less bashy than your opponent.
It is
If that's
yeah.
your strength, you want it to be the strength.
I I got very lucky and got right on the line. I will thank the commissioner for giving me a hand on point allocation.
Well,
Mhm.
you can't beat
But
a
yeah, the
birdie's
two
burger.
big
Always
guys right off
upgrade
the
the
bat
meals to club size,
absolutely
though,
is going to be
or else you don't
a
get
help to
enough
me in the beginning of
fries.
this season.
Right.
Theoretically,
Theoretically, but it should.
don't go poking Nuffle.
Yes. I mean, it's nice to have them right off the bat, so they're gaining SP from the start. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I had them a build with the um, 2 big guys to start, but with this build that I'm currently bringing in, I'm also bringing in 3 rerolls and 3 fan factor. Um, I think I have more fan factor to start the league than anybody else.
By
Uh,
one, I believe.
I believe so. And of course, as long as I can win a couple games, that should stay that way. Because you lose the fan factor. Um, but it should be interesting. Metal Single Ladies on Saturday is definitely going to be an interesting game. I don't think they're going to be as bashy as me, but we'll see. Because I mean, they do have 2
Uh,
strength 5s and 2
I
strength
have an
4s,
inside
but
from Coach Leah Squirrel herself,
uh-huh.
and I quote, "My game plan is to do some stuff and then win."
I mean, that's what led me to victory.
I mean, if my game plan goes into
Never went
effect,
onto the field
it's going to
without a
be
pair of
me
orchidas
with the
on my
ball
feet.
for about
They're the only
15 of
ones who
the
did ogre
18
sizing.
turns, and a 1-0 or
Pretty
2-0
sure
victory.
what led you to victory was that,
The ref pass,
yeah.
absolutely. But
Okay,
this is where I'm going to close out the stream on my end.
same here.
Um, Thanks for tuning in, Leah.